Well, God masses, Dapper back again with a quick video. Manu related, of course. We're going to look at the transfer inactivity that we have going on. Actually, look a little bit past it on our contract situation, and just give my thoughts on our CDM search, and of course give some options of some other CDMs that we're not looking at or not rumored with, even though we rumored with everybody, that we should probably be looking at as alternatives. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, on all your media, WhatsApp, Facebook, IG, text message, whichever way you share with your friends. Just let them know One Aim is back. Follow us again on the One Aim IG, One Aim Entertainment, and share your thoughts in the comment section below. But without further ado, we're gonna get right into it. I did, to be completely transparent, I use a lot of Transfer Market and websites like it to look at our contract situation. We lost a couple pieces, as this summer. We lost, thankfully, Pogba, but we lost Matic as well. We lost Mata, we lost Lingard, we lost Cavani. Just looking at midfielders alone, that's 4 pieces that we lost, that on a depth chart don't look well. A lot of them were taking up space, but we still could use them. Those are bodies that we can use, especially defensive midfield, which has been our weakness. Trust and believe, between me and my cousin, it's almost every other day I'm ranting that we need a defensive midfielder. We need a defensive midfielder. But before I get into that, looking at the contract situation, right now we have, I think it is 6 first-teamers that contracts end next summer. Now, a couple of them, ManUtd does have the option to extend, and I'm going to go over them right now. All right, looking at the players that ManUtd have either running out of contract or close to running out of contract next summer. We have Rashford, Shaw, Ronaldo, as we know, Dalot, Fred, and De Gea. All of those people are starters. Now, again, ManUtd has options for a couple of them to extend for another year, but it's not a good situation to be in while also struggling to get reinforcements on the market. Now, I know a couple of them, with the year that we were having, we couldn't really even to concentrate on renewals. But like Rashford, there's no way that we should be looking to let a man like that make his contract run down. I didn't like some of the comments that Pogba said, but he's right. 18 months before, that's not when you want to just offer your first contract. Shaw as well. These are Englishmen. Right now, you need that English pride in the team to kind of help steady the ship. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of both of them, but the year before last, under Solskjaer, they looked great. They looked like world beaters. So I think that they can get back there, especially with a more tactical coach in Ten Hag. But we need them to be a part of the project, even if it's in a transitional manner. 2 years is not enough. They need 3-4 years, and then we can sell them. And I need ManUtd to start doing more selling. Letting somebody like Lingard that has value run down for nothing and not using him is stupid to me. We could have sold him for 20. Yeah, he was worth 30, but sold him for 20 and saved his wages. Altogether, that'd have been 24-25 million that we could use right now to put on the DeJong deal and get that deal through. Or, put on the Basuma deal because we needed that defensive midfield reinforcement. But I'll leave that alone. That's just a situation to pay attention to. If you're a ManUtd fan, or if you're not a ManUtd fan, you're like laughing at a team in disarray, there you go. You have some more nuggets of information. But speaking of DeJong and Basuma, this is my list of CDMs that ManUtd should be looking at. Basuma was on the list, but Tottenham did what they were supposed to do, and they snapped up a Premier League young talent, defensive midfielder. Now they don't necessarily need him because Hallberg is, a baller, but to have that depth in your squad for the multiple competitions that you're playing, they'll get the best out of him, and that's a great move. Kind of crazy that he was that cheap, but I didn't realize that his contract was running down. I know a year ago they were looking at 50, but there you go. That was a great move. I'm gonna go in reverse order. Again, I did use a lot of YouTube and transfer markets and sites like that in order to do my research. I'm not a professional or any of these people, but defensive midfielders, that's what we need, and this is what my list about. So starting off, I'm gonna go with Arthur, for a former Barcelona player that's now at Juventus. They were in that shady deal with ManUtd that Barcelona did to kind of save some money with the FFP. He showed qualities when he was at Barca early. He's a great passer of the ball. He's strong, kind of stocky, and he can really pass the ball. He's just really low on confidence. He looks slow, but you don't need a necessarily fast defensive midfielder. But he's more in the mold of like a Pirlo, Pjanic, as I said, maybe like a Kimmich, where he's going to get the ball and spread it around. I think he's a really cheap option, and he's still only 25, but his confidence is really low. So coming into a team like ManUtd, he might not recover. Even though he is cheap, though, I know he's on higher wages, so it's I don't know. And then these Brazilians, our Brazilians really work with ManUtd. They don't really fit like that. But he's worth a shot, and I think that's somebody that's easy to get and throw in our team. Again, there's also the Juve connection with him and Ronaldo. Something can go on. Moving on from him, another defensive midfielder that I think about is Zubimendi. He plays for Sociedad. He's younger, 23, I believe. He's really good. He's smaller. I don't tend to like smallish defensive midfielders unless you have some other characteristics, but he's okay. Kind of reminds me of like Jorginho. Really good passer, really technical. It seems like he can put in a tackle. I think he's already getting game within the Spain system. 23s and the first team kind of blend every now and then, but he's a really good player. Downsides is he's Spanish. I don't think if ManUtd has any kind of serious talks with him, right now, one, he's probably not going to leave Sociedad, but two, the preference is always going to be to stay in Spain. So he's going to want to go to Barcelona or to I can't even say Atletico, but yeah, even Atletico or one of those, he's going to have that preference over coming to ManUtd. But I think he's a really good buy. Another thing as well, there's not many Spaniards within the team. So he can be kind of an outcast in terms of the connection, you know what I'm saying. And moving on from there, for the number 7 pick, I'm gonna say Wilfred Ndidi. No, it'd be number 8. Wilfred Ndidi. He's prem proven. He's a strong. I think he's on top of or close to all the advanced tackle metrics. He's kind of limited. Like, he's a pure defensive midfielder. Sometimes even slips in as a center back. Not really the best passer. But that's not really what we want. We have passers within the team. He's going to clean up and move that ball forward. But that's it. Like, there's no, picking the ball up and driving. You're not going to get that from him. He's not really that technical. He's just, a faster, younger ManUtd. That's really what we're going to get from him. Biggest downside that he's at Leicester. Truthfully, I'm not giving Leicester another dollar. One, they taxed the hell out of us, and they gave us Maguire. So that's a no-go. I already know Leicester feels like we're competing with them, so we'd be paying 70, 80 million for Ndidi anyway. So keep him, send him to France or something. No, thank you. Moving up from there, I want to say his name is Kefefren Thuram, Liam Thuram's son, or the other one. He's a really, really good player. To me, he's actually older than Camavinga, but he plays like Camavinga. There's a little more defensive. He's a little taller. The biggest downside, I would say, is that he's French. It's not a downside, but we kind of just got rid of Pogba. Only Frenchmen really having the team right now are not really on the best of terms between Martial and Varane, but he could come in. Also, Nice is a selling club. They're losing a couple pieces. They just lost Camavinga, so I already know they're gonna come with a nice tag on him. But I feel like he's a good player. You'd be able to get a couple years out of him. He's very young as well, so you'd be able to rotate. I just think he's better than McTominay. I haven't met number 7, but he's a little raw. He's a little young, so we shall see. I don't think Nice are gonna want to sell him, but it's an option. Moving on from there, I have Sangare from PSV. Now he is like Ndidi, but he's a little bit stronger. But he's also a little bit more raw. I don't also rate the Dutch league. To me, it's maybe like the 5th best league, maybe even the 6th best league in Europe. So I don't know. He was at Toulouse, so see here or there. He was with PSV this year though. They had a really strong run in European competitions, so he's high on confidence. Is that slight Dutch connection? I believe though. I think he's Ivorian, but he gives that steel, and he's gonna be way cheaper than Ndidi anyway. So if we were to look at Ndidi, I'd go for Sangare. So I'll give him the number 6 spot. Like I like him as a player. Moving right on from there, my next pick, and this one is one that I'd really love us to pick up. His name is Mohamed Kamara. He plays for RB Salzburg. He looks like a really good player. He looks like N'Golo Kante. He is a press machine, loads and loads of stamina. Like he just runs and runs, and we need that. He looks stronger than Fred. Fred runs too, but he looks faster than him. In the Red Bull system, he's technical. But yeah, he's a pure defensive midfielder, but he just reminds me of Conte. He could be a steal. He's not going to be cheap. Not because most of us haven't heard of him doesn't mean he's going to be, 20, 15 million. We might have to spend 40 million on him, but he's only 22, 23. And again, he just reminds me of N'Golo Kante, and we need that. We need that a lot. So if we can pick him up, that'd make me excited. Even if he's not the first option coming off playing our side, but I think he would fit what I've seen Ten Hag want from a system. So I'm really excited for him. And then my number 4, which is my number 1 of my options that Man U aren't rumored with, is Palhinha at Sporting. He is big. He's about 6'3". He's technical. He is Portuguese. And I don't really need to say more. Just all those 3 things at all. Like technical, we're talking Matic in terms of size, but Roger in terms of technique. The only thing I don't know about him, because again, Sporting is a team that has a lot of good midfielders, is I don't know about his distribution. But in terms of picking up the ball, driving with it, the size that he has, he has tricks in his foot. I wish I could link the video of him give Pogba on Saladé playing for Portugal. He's 26. He's a little bit older, but I think that would be just a perfect fit instead of us trying to get Ruben Neves for 70 million. And I know he's not proven in the league, but again, Portuguese, that means Ronaldo, that means Bruno, that means Dalot. Sporting, that means Bruno, that means Ronaldo. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of us trying to get Neves, Paulina is a better player and a cheaper option. Sporting ain't no fools, but we have a relationship because of the Bruno deal to get him, and I think that's something we should get done. Speaking of Neves, that's the 3-2-1 that I will say. It's Neves, Rice, and De Jong. These are the three not best options, but these are the ones that, you know, we're more rumored with and who we're trying to strive for. Rice would be perfect, but 150 mil doesn't make sense. You know, English, young, proven in the league, does all the driving with the ball. He's a leader, distribution on point. Like, I don't need to say more. He looks like Roy Keane mixed with Scholes. Like, he's just what Manu really, really wants, but he's just way too expensive. De Jong is number 2. He's what we're really fighting for right now. He has a connection with Ten Hag, comes from Ajax, friends with Donny. It's just a really good connection there in terms of coach and the kind of thinking that Ten Hag wants for his system. Perfect coach's player is De Jong. And of course, number 3 is Ruben Neves. You know, again, Portuguese, has the technique, played a little more forward this year with Wolves, but he is league proven Portuguese. He's fairly young. He's like 24, 25. I can see why we want him. The only difference between him and Paulina to me is that Paulina didn't play in the league. But again, it's cheaper. Like, we paid 70 for Neves. Barcelona want 85 plus bonuses for De Jong, and they're looking for 120, 150 for DeclanRice. I think we can get a deal done for Paulina for 45, 50. I think, you know, just moving backwards, I think we can get a deal done for Kamara for 40, you know, 35, 40. So it's, I don't know. That's to me, and it also works in our favor, especially with Barcelona trying to play hardball and De Jong not really being interested. If we can pick up another piece or be rumored with one of these players, I think it would just be perfect for us to say, hey, listen, y'all, multiple ways to get around this. We're interested in this player. This is the money we're going to offer. Y'all need the money. We want the player, but y'all need the money more than we want the player. Y'all not going to keep raising the price. This deal was supposed to get done at 60 plus. Now y'all want to raise it to 85. We're not going there. I'd say for ManU, maybe 85 total. 70 being guaranteed, 15 in bonuses if we do X, Y, Z, 1 through 3. Nothing. That seems like a fair deal. But if Barcelona keep changing around the criteria, then just cut that. One of these players, again, I'll try to list all of them, is what we should shoot for, and show that we're a little bit different in the transfer market. I have some actual transfer success that the Liverpools, that the Man Cities have been having, because January, it looked rough. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you want to steal to other player them, you know, if you reach out to your sporting directors at your clubs, let them know that I send you. Again, follow us on the One Aim IG. You know, that's where I keep, you know, daily, you know, posting stories, little news and nuggets. And you can come over there and interact as well. Again, please like, subscribe, and share. Follow, you know, share on Facebook, WhatsApp, IG, wherever you share media and your messages. Again, thanks you again for all your support. This has been One Aim Sports. Peace.